He fell in love with the wall. He wanted to make that wall the best wall. He knew it was going to be a Titanic wall. And that's the quality of the service we had here with various workers.
The centre is going to be open 52 weeks of the year. It has lavish banqueting rooms able to cater for up to 1,000 guests and available for weddings, conferences and banquets. But the bread and butter will be the visitors' attraction. To justify the investment, it must attract 8,000 visitors per week. Already 80,000 have booked online.
I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. The interest that we're getting from the world media press at the moment is just tremendous. The last couple of weeks we have had a high number of people in through the doors, and I just think we are exceeding everybody's expectations for this project. In the first year our target is 425,000. We believe that 100,000 of those will come from out of state, and 50,000 of those visitors will be first time to Northern Ireland. A family of 4 to come for the day is £34. I believe, and what we have set out to do, is to create a world-class venue, one that will rival anything that currently exists in terms of staff training, in terms of facilities, and the actual calibre of staff that we have here, and the service that we aim to provide is certainly world-class.
American Eric Kuhn was the principal architect. His distinctive design is based on the idea of the hulls of 4 ships. He believes the centre has the potential to become a game changer, that tourism will become Belfast's new shipbuilding.
The authenticity of a place is the genius of any location, and the fact that Belfast owns this story that no one in the world can compete with is what inspired this building. You can't build a building that touches the hearts of not just a city, but the world, with a story that the world continues to embrace without being inspired by doing that when you're designing. There are projects that are bigger and projects that are smaller, but it's not the size of the physical attributes that matter. It's the quantum of the spirit inside. And what we believe is that this is one of the finest projects we've ever done, and because it reaches in and touches so many different people's lives. That's what makes a great, iconic destination.
During the Troubles, Belfast saw some awful times. It gained a worldwide reputation as a place to be avoided. The threat, as well as the reality of bombings and shootings, discouraged locals and visitors from spending time in the city centre. For those who fought to stay in business during those dark times, there's now a sense of relief and vindication. That's certainly the story of a couple associated with a chain of Belfast restaurants. She is a familiar face on TV screens. He is the proprietor of Dean's. And in a way, they're examples of the spirit and the new optimism of Northern Ireland.
We've got about 120 people working for us here in the Dean's group. We've got everything from Dean's Deli around the corner, which starts off at breakfast, through to a tapas bar very late in the evening. So we've got bistro and tapas bar there. Here we've got 3 restaurants in the one building. I started my own business in 1993 in an old railway station in Halls Bay, and then took the bulls by the horn, and everybody said I was mad in 1997 to come into Belfast and open a restaurant in the city centre where the political situation was still quite difficult.
Well, I actually met him through work, strangely enough. I was sent to interview Michael about a big event that he was cooking at in Northern Ireland, and that was our first meeting, and then we kind of bumped into each other here and there after that, and romance blossomed, and we got married in 1997.
We've had good times in the city centre and some terrible times, like parade season. 12th of July, 1998 towards 2000, and you could actually drop a pin on the footpath outside that there was no people in Belfast, everybody just left the city, but you still had the wages to pay.
We have a son now who's 12 years old, and it's very exciting to know that he's going to have so many opportunities here in Northern Ireland that he wouldn't have had, say, 20 years ago. where we are now in terms of Belfast itself, the exciting developments this year in particular with the Titanic celebrations. The golfers have brought great glory to Northern Ireland, and you know, we were conscious of tourists last year. We're very optimistic of more tourists this year, of Northern Ireland really opening up and becoming the place that it should always have been all those years when we were in that abyss.
And so, as Kate Smith suggests, there is optimism in the air as the new Titanic building prepares to open its doors tomorrow. Already it's being advertised on poster boards in London's tube stations. Its goal is to attract 400,000 visitors in year one. That target may prove to be a conservative one. 14 years after the Good Friday Agreement, Belfast and Northern Ireland may be about to enter a new and better phase.
And so we've come to the end of the programme. The exhibition here at the Titanic Signature Building really brings the story of that ill-fated vessel alive, and it's well worth the trip to Belfast to see it. We'll be back again with you on Monday. Bye for now.
On Monday, 12 years after the introduction of the smoking ban, Ireland still has its share of disease caused by smoking. One such condition is COPD, of which there are 100,000 Irish sufferers. And at the beginning of Organ Donor Awareness Week, the Dublin family, who know the value of carrying a donor card and how lives are extended as a result.